This podcast contains discussions about sensitive topics, including mental health, alcohol and substance use, as well as suicide. It may also include strong language. The viewpoints expressed by guests do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the hosts. Listener discretion is advised. If you or someone you know needs support, please reach out to a trusted professional or a helpline. Welcome to Twist the Throttle, the podcast where we crank open the throttle on life's toughest rides. From mental health struggles to life on two wheels. We're here to have real, raw, unscripted conversations that break the stigma and help you navigate the road ahead. So grab your helmet, hit the road with us, and remember, it's still okay to pump the brakes. Together, we're shifting gears on mental health. Here's your hosts, Ambo and the Prez.
Well, welcome back to Twist the Throttle. Another week has passed, and this week we have Rockhard, otherwise known as Roger.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, Rog. Our original road captain, husband of Bounce, who we had on a couple of weeks back. The club clown is best way to describe him.
He loves his Indians.
So, we start every week off with the same question for our guests. What bike do you ride, mate?
I ride an Indian Sport Chief.
So what drew you to Indian motorcycles over the regular normal bikes of like Harleys and stuff?
Look, I started off on a Honda CBR. Decided that the cruiser style was more my go, especially after riding the Boulevard, which now became BAMS.
Yep.
And so I was just doing some research, and I liked the look of the Indian, so I started on a Scout.
Scout, yeah.
And I liked the look of them, and the one I got was that 2018 in the bronze, which it's a real head turner.
We'll put a photo up on the socials.
I took that one for a ride, and it's basically a dirt bike on the road. It's so much fun to throw around. I'll be honest.
I took it for a blat. The handle's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
not
a
bad.
wicked bike. Its front brakes are rubbish because it's got the single disc, but it's a wicked bike. And then I just wanted the bigger engine, so that's why I went to Sport Chief with the 1800.
119?
116.
116. Just bigger than mine, not quite as big as Tig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But still plenty of fun when it's flipped into sports mode. It's a wild ride.
It has got you in a little bit of trouble.
Just a little bit of trouble.
I want to tell the listeners the story about moving it from house to house.
Yeah, so while still on restrictions, it was a present to myself for getting off restrictions and getting full license, because I got into motorcycling late in life, bought the bike, and was in the process of shifting from Tarneit to Werribee, and had to run a couple of errands around the local shopping centre and post office and bits and pieces. And coming up Dermot Road, I stopped at the lights and no cars around. I thought, flicked it into sports mode. Let's see what this baby can do. And I took off like a bat out of hell. It was like literally not even 300 metres to the turn off where I was turning. And just my luck, Highway Patrol was backed in there and had me on the radar from the lights right to when I turned and landed on his lap in his unmarked car.
Perfect.
You stopped before the lights even come on?
I literally pulled over. He didn't even have a chance to start his car.
Yeah.
Really unfortunate, mate. I've been there, done that. I've lost my licence for 12 months before.
I think we've all done it.
So ended up with 130 in a 60 zone, which...
Yeah.
I was more the dangerous driving charge that I was facing at court. But,
so the reason you're on the bike is because you'd been away for the last 14 months and limited time back in Melbourne.
Yeah.
It was literally moving the bike for that one day. Not a regular occurrence to ride the bike. Just super unlucky.
It's just... and I've never seen the Highway Patrol parked in that spot ever before.
It's unlucky.
Ever again in the 10 years there.
Has it played a bit on your mental health as well now, because you're the provider for the family?
Well, it's made me become more dependent on Nicole Bounce and Pebbles to drive to work, because her brother works with me. So I've sort of become the passenger princess and the designated drunk. It's sort of come along with the title. But yeah, look, it's difficult not being able to just jump in the car and just drive somewhere where I want to go and do my own thing and rely on someone else being the hardest part.
It is a lesson to learn, definitely.
A big one.
Yeah.
So if money wasn't an issue, what would your favourite bike be?
Oh, there's so many.
Yeah.
I'd have my shed full. I've got plenty of room.
I was going to say,
a shed full.
You already have a shed full of bikes. I think, how many at the moment, including dirt bikes?
There's 8 bikes in the shed at the moment.
Yeah.
But there'd be,
but that's the whole family's.
Yeah, that's the whole family. It's not just mine, because even my daughter rides.
Yeah.
young fella, Thomas, rides his dirt bike as well. But I'd have an assortment of bikes. I don't ride Indians due to not liking Harleys. I don't have anything against Harley. I actually quite like Harleys as well.
There you go, Jiggles. They're coming out. Take note of that. Record that part, just that little part there.
Cut and snip out. Our VP and Roger have an ongoing feud that the whole club's kind of joined in on.
The Indian versus Harley.
You would have heard it on the podcast in the past. There's a little bit of banter about Indians. This is where it's come from. So what first got you into riding and what keeps you passionate about it?
My first experience riding a motorbike, I was about 13 or 14. My uncle let me ride his road trail bike.
Yep.
On the street. So first time ever on a bike, and I rode up and down the court. Then I got to the intersection and I dropped the clutch in front of a car and nearly had a head on with the car.
Oh, Jesus.
I scared the shit out of myself and I swore myself off bikes forever. Living in Tarneit, the neighbour, he had a motorbike and he was like just sitting on it. He's like, I don't really use it. He goes, get yourself a license, you can have it.
Cool neighbour.
Yeah, it was an Aquilia, the Hyasungs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, one of those, yeah.
And I was like, I'll take a free bike. I'll just go to course, get me learners. I'll take a free bike. So I went and did me learners, got this bike off him, and this thing was a bag of shit. I couldn't even do 40 kilometres an hour down Tarneit Road. It was rubbish.
Most of the free bikes.
Free for a reason. And Nicole goes to me, you look so unsafe on that. We're going on Monday. We're going to buy you a motorbike. Yeah, so we went down to Honda and bought the CBR 500 because the salesman was really good and told me that, you get the full access to the motor, whereas the 650, it's restricted.
Yeah, right.
And I got sucked into that.
Yeah.
I get the whole bike. And then I realised that, hang on, after a little while, I met Jiggles and realised that, hang on, there's a whole other bike to the 650 once you do restrict. So I'm like, so I sold it, bought the 650.
And that's what Bounce is riding.
And that's what Bounce is riding now. Yeah. She's found the love of...
I'm taking it for a quick play. It's actually not a bad bike. I'm a pretty big fella on it, and it goes pretty hard.
It goes well.
Do you have a favourite type of riding or a favourite ride destination?
I like twisties. I'm on the cruiser now, but I'll tell you what, I don't mind the sports bike, and I'm always tinkering with the idea of getting like a 600 and like an R6 or a 600 RR or something like that, just for a bit of twisty fun. But the Sport Chief does pretty good in the twisties as well. I've basically scraped almost through the exhaust on. Worn the pegs out. You
can ride, Roger. You've been riding less time than I have and have given me some pointers over the years that have been invaluable on the rides.
I just don't have any fear, I think. I don't know. or lack of respect for physics. Give it everything.
If you could take a dream bike anywhere in the world, where would that be?
I quite like Dice's idea of the South American run for 18 days.
It snows a lot there.
Yeah. So one of our club members has decided that his 40th birthday coming up in about 3 or 4 years' time is going to be 18-day
Alpine run?
No, this is the South America trip. He's going to go for
across the Andes.
Pretty much across the Andes all the way down through South America. He's put it to the club who wants to come along. It's 500K a day minimum for 18 days. I'm nearly 50. I don't think I'm putting my hand up for that one.
It's a pipe dream.
500Ks a day.
It's a big ride he's looking at for that. You'd see some sites. They're doing the Death Road. Have you heard of the Death Road?
I have heard, the Bolivian Death Road.
Yeah, they're doing that.
You watched that one on old mate's podcast, $1 Million Bogans podcast. He got stuck on it. Pretty remote part of the world.
What's your must-have item you bring with you on a ride? Anything you have to have?
Must-have.
Besides the Rustnuts cut.
Besides the cut, got to be the comms fully charged.
Yeah.
I have to have music and the comms. It's always good banter on the comms with us.
It is good fun.
And when I was still road captain, and hopefully will be again, it's a good safety aspect to be able to have communication with the guys behind and know what the rest of the pack's doing and how we're tracking. Everyone's getting through intersections or, everyone's together and we've got no big gaps and things like that. So it's good.
It is important for safety.
Definitely.
It's helped me a lot with managing everyone. And
now that you've got cruise control, that's a really good thing as well. You never used to have cruise control. All of a sudden you'd be looking down and you'd be doing a bit more than the speed limit and everybody else behind you is trying to keep up. And then when everybody catches up, everybody's slowing down again. And
a bit of the slinky effect happening now with the cruise control. I can send it to...
It's a much better ride.
Yeah, it is.
A lot safer.
So we've had Bam Bam, we've had Nicole, Bounce, we've had you, the 14 months you and your brother spent up in Canberra. How did that affect your family and your relationships and your mental health yourself? I know you kind of kept yourself busy enough that it was not as big an impact on yourself. You've seen the impact it's had on your family. How have you gone managing that?
Look, I've missed home greatly, of course. Shifting house halfway through the year as well was difficult because not able to be here to help Nicole with sorting problems out with the house and things like that.
We've had the joke that the club spent more time at your house than you have. Like
pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much
meetings and stuff like that. Yeah,
pretty much has.
Yeah.
I've missed the club as well, and all your pretty faces, the laughs we have, and the good times we have. That was video calling in was great because still attend the meetings, but it's not the same as physically being there. The meeting ends, hang up, and that's when all the conversations and
the actual brotherhood. And
that's correct. And I missed a year, virtually a year of that.
You tried to make it back as much as you could, though.
Oh yeah, I did.
You did pretty well doing that.
As much as I could get back here.
You had some really important things to come back for.
Yeah, Nicole's patching in that was a must. I had to, and that was a good surprise.
That was great. We picked up Roger from the airport, snuck him into my place, brought Nicole to a meeting, and she turned around and there he was standing there with the patch for her. So
a few tears were shed.
Yeah, it was a really, really good moment in our club history as well. Like not only for your family, but it was a really good moment for all of us as well to make her cry. Yeah, let's be honest.
But tears of joy.
That's it. She was just super happy.
But there've been tears of all sorts throughout the year. We had a couple of funerals that I made it for as well, and
my old man,
and Jiggle's grandfather.
Yeah.
So it was a few sad reasons to be back too, but lots of good stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a lengthy project. It did take its toll on me. I was basically managing a $10 million project or stone install project on my own, interstate, and basically had to deal with at most the biggest point we had nearly 30 guys were under me. Got through it, and had its ups and downs. I had a few tears were shed there, and had a few difficult moments throughout the project. Pressure got quite intense at times to get things delivered and handed over in time, but got through it. That's what I do.
Yeah, you do.
So, as being the boss, did you have any employees with mental health issues that come during that time that you had to deal with?
Not really. Probably the biggest concern for me was Pebbles, Manny. I could see he was suffering being away from his young family.
Yeah.
At the start, like the first 3-6 months was pretty easy because it's almost like a holiday. But getting to the year mark and towards the 14-month mark, it
can really see it affecting him.
Really started to drag on him.
Yeah, it just dragged on and became tedious, and the pressure got really heavy because we had definite deadlines and we just couldn't get away to get back and just stay and keep working. But yeah, we got through it. We made it. That was the main thing.
One of the things you and I have spoken about in the past was coming home from work, being completely exhausted, and you feeling like you weren't much of a dad to the 3 kids. We've spoke to Bounce a couple of weeks back saying, your kids have all got the neurodivergence, where, they're a bit of extra work occasionally.
They can be.
They're all great kids. They're all amazing kids. Alana's like one of my own. I love that girl to death. Thomas is at everything, and I met Josh a couple of times.
The hermit.
How did you go staying motivated through your turning all that around? You got right into your fitness, dropped a heap of weight.
Yeah, well, I found a program called the Probot. And a personal trainer, Matt Miller. Him with his brother Steve and the rest of the group that was on there, was a whole community thing. We had like a messenger group.
Yeah,
that you could all chat and bounce off each other for support. So it basically helped me turn around with my nutrition, got me eating better, making better food choices, getting more active in the gym. I used to play soccer as a kid, but then once I got a license, activity went out the window. Just
discovered a Macca's drive-through.
Macca's drive-through was killer. So got active, started looking at things like meditation, journaling to help process and deal with anything that sort of came up in a mental health issue, and sort of found
you're
ways.
Still doing that today, is that right? Or?
I've let go of it a lot, but the principles are still there back in my mind. So I do realise when I'm having shit problems, and I sort of can just stop for a few seconds, have a few breaths, time out, get myself level again and move on. Nicole really hates it because I'm just a water off the duck's back type person. I go to bed and the problems of yesterday are gone, and it's a new day. Praise God, the universe, whatever you believe in. I woke up the next morning and
ready to go again.
Plenty of guys didn't. So that makes a big difference for me. I'm a firm believer in, you've got to look at the optimistic side of things, glass half full. You got the rest of your life ahead of you. What's done yesterday, you can't change. You can't go back and revisit.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't affect tomorrow, just leave it there and keep moving forwards.
Mm-hmm.
What role has biking played in helping you with your life's progression?
Well, meeting a lot of great characters, a lot of great people, brothers, especially in the club. I've found numerous guys that I can call at any time of day or night, and they're there for me. And I've never sort of experienced or had that in friendship groups previously.
But you're there for other people as well, mate.
100%. 100%.
It goes both ways.
Yeah, definitely. Would have jumped on a plane from Canberra back if someone needed it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I was there for...
And did for me when my dad passed away. I think I spoke to you every day through that process to, just calling up, just checking in, checking in.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really good.
Only can get out of life what you put into it, and the same with the club. Yeah. The more you get involved, the more we sort of put out for each other and respect each other and help each other, the more you get back.
Yeah.
I get more out of helping someone than I do getting help from someone.
Yeah, there was times there when you were away and you couldn't come back for Alana's wheels, for instance, and you called me up and got me to go around and help fix them.
Yeah, that massive.
It's the type of things we do for one another.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's the brotherhood. It's good to have somebody there that you can rely on.
And especially at our sort of age, it's hard to make good quality friendships, connections.
Yeah,
but, that means something.
If you come across somebody with a bit of depression, how would you help them?
Definitely lend them an ear, check in on them, give them the time to have a chat with them. Basically make sure they're okay.
How would you tell them to reach out for help?
Look, it's difficult to just say how. It'd be depending on the scenario. Yeah, everyone's a bit different, how you tackle them and how you talk to them, but making sure that they're okay. And if I knew of somebody else, like I've done with a few people, that might have a better connection with them, but I'm concerned about them, I'll get
somebody else to
have a chat with them that they might open up with better.
It's all right. I ask everybody this one, but who's your first port of call? Who would you direct them to first?
Jeff's a good listener. Jeff's a good listener. I know he has the burden of a whole club on his shoulders, but he's a bloody good listener.
This is Sarge is stumping every one of our guests with this question. Have you ever used any of our helplines or gone parenting lifelines or any of those?
I'm very fortunate that I've never suffered depression or anything like that, or that I know of anyway.
Yeah.
I've always
soldiered through it.
On my lowest days, sometimes just a hug with Nicole or a chat with one of you guys is enough for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to be about the subject. Just, g'day, how you going?
Yeah.
Ask you how you guys are going, and having a 10-minute conversation does it for me.
Yeah, I struggle a lot sometimes with the kids. I think kids are my main trigger point. I'm always dealing with mental health issues. You feel like you might have overcome everything, but the reality is they're still there lingering. There's sometimes some days are better than others. Yeah.
But as a single father, you're doing a great job.
I hear that a lot too, but I'm fucking it up. I'm fucking it up as well too.
That ain't come with an instruction book.
No, there is no instructions, unfortunately.
You do what you think is best in the given scenario.
Yeah, I'm building strong kids with strong personalities. I mean, you've listened to them on the podcast for the listeners at home. They're very strong kids, strong. And same with your kids. I mean, Yoshi's come out of the. Josh has come out of the shell. I call him Yoshi.
Yeah.
Thomas, he's his own little man now. He cruises off.
He's got attitude too.
Oh, yeah, they all do. Alana.
I don't know where he gets that from.
No.
Alana's got her boyfriend.
So what's been the most rewarding part of parenting with neurodivergent children?
Well, I'll tell you what, this last week with Thomas, meeting a whole heap of local kids in a new area and forming, for the first time, quality of friendships.
Yeah.
Being invited back to one of their place for dinner, having one of them sleep over. They were like, Nicole and I having fist bump moments and
it's good,
celebrating because actually he's making friendship networks.
How old's Thomas now?
13.
13, yeah. So he's at that age where he's going to meet the mates that he's going to have.
Yeah. And
could have forever or, feel like forever at the time.
This probably also helps having a cool day with lots of motorbikes and shit. Kids coming and go, oh my God, look at all these bikes.
What strategies have you found supporting your children's unique needs?
Leaning on Nicole a lot, begrudgingly listening to her and telling her she's right. For a know-it-all like me, it gets a bit difficult to do to accept that one, but it does happen.
How has the lack of broader support for the neurodiverse families shaped your parenting journey?
We've found it's a very common thing, like more and more kids have it. So there's more and more families and friends of ours
That are going through it, being through it.
Boys are both on it.
Yeah.
Good friends of ours, both their kids have also different levels of autism.
Yeah.
Their youngest, she was non-verbal for the longest of times, and I think she's 10. I'm shocking with people's dates of birth. But she's actually able to reasonably well communicate now, and which is amazing for starting off non-verbal. So we've found a lot of support through friends and the parental community around the kids, as well as a lot of, Nicole's done a lot of research online and through Facebook groups and things like that too.
Yeah. What lessons have your children taught you about life and resilience?
Probably the biggest one is just got to make the most of every opportunity you've got.
Yeah.
Now I'm at 43. I don't see myself living to 80, so more than half of my life's gone. So I've only got a short bit left, got to make the most of it and makes every day count.
We talk about family dynamics and relationships. One of the things, as I said, you've had a big role. You've been the bike up the front leading most of our club for most of the time that we've been a proper entity. How did losing your mic license and your role as the road captain affect your sense of identity?
Honestly, it was difficult relinquishing the wrong. I did shed a tear when the realization of it came.
Yeah.
Like, it was nothing at the start when I first said, I'm going to lose my license. But then after the court appearance, and it actually became a normal thing.
Oh shit, I've lost my
license.
It's
like, I have lost my license.
Yeah.
For a little bit, it's sort of, I sort of felt like I lost my place in the club for a little bit. Like, I was the road captain, it was my job to lead the club, get us safely to our destination, make sure of everyone's welfare and safety. And then all of a sudden, I'm not doing it anymore. Somebody else is going to be doing it. What do I do?
Yeah.
I can't ride. It made it a bit difficult and a bit probably that was one of the more trying things of late. I dealt with losing the license without an issue. I couldn't care too much less about that. It's just that
you're lucky you've got people to rely on.
Correct. Yeah, it was for you. That's the most difficult being a single father. And
back in the day when I actually lost my license, it was pretty hard because I was a young father and I still had to go to work every day, and I got caught driving while suspended. Okay, dummy, and. So I had to front up in front of the judge again, and he said, if I get fucking caught one more time, you're going to lose it for a long, long time. So from that point on, I started riding the push bike from Werribee all the way to Boundary Road pretty much.
Yeah.
Every morning to be at work.
Rain, hail or shine.
It didn't matter if the wind was blowing in my face or not, I had to be there, and I fucking felt it. 12 months. And it taught me a lesson. A license is earned, not a given. Yeah,
it's not a right. So we've had both Bam Bam, Cheryl, and Bounce, Nicole, both the wives of the brothers of the Olenek family. They've both mentioned tensions with in-laws. Your family can be quite challenging on the relationships of you and your brother, especially for Manny. How do you go dealing with and navigating those issues?
Nicole and I met when we were 16, so we've been together literally more than half our lives. And for the longest time, I was a real mummy's boy, shall we say. Mum and dad family unit was number one. Siblings, like we used to. Nicole and I were married and moved out, but we'd still go to mum and dad's for dinner on a weekly basis. As the other siblings grew up and had their relationships grow and develop and had their children, a weekly catch-up became inconvenient for them, but it wasn't for us. So I don't know if it's a typical Italian thing, but a lot of bitchiness and competitiveness through my siblings. Especially the next sister down from me. There's 5 of us kids. So probably I think it's been about 7 years since I've spoken to my other siblings. But for the longest time, Nicole used to call me the ostrich. I'd just bury my head in the sand and didn't want to deal with the issues. It was easier just to, in a roundabout way, she suffered a lot, and it was just easier for me to deal with her and her suffering and support her than actually deal with the family issue. But I did eventually grow a set of gonads and actually stick up for my wife and stand by her side, and we ended up telling them all to just
mind your own,
give their marching orders, and have had very little to do with most of them since. Just purely the jealousies and the competitiveness, which I don't bite into. I do me. I do my things, and I do them for my own reasons, for what I want to do, not to keep up with the Joneses or be as good or better than any other.
So I find it hard to,
You've got a pretty good relationship with Manny.
Yes.
Yeah.
We work together daily, and we can spend our time off together as well. We do clash heads very rarely and occasionally. generally it's me yelling at him and then he gets angry with me and won't talk for a day or two.
Yeah. It's hard to be the boss and the brother at the same time.
It is. Yeah. It's a difficult balance. I try and not be the boss too much. Try and just be the brother and help coax him through it. But yeah, sometimes I have to stand up and just say, hey, that needs to happen.
Yeah.
But we've got a really good relationship. I could count on him all the time, at any time, and being a member of the club as well. Everyone's fallen in love with him, loves him for who he is too, because he's a great guy.
Yeah. So speaking of the club, what initially attracted you to the Rustnuts, and what kept you engaged with the club?
Well, first meeting at the time, Sarge, now Ambo. First meeting him at Bergie's on a bike.
Wasn't I scary?
You were.
Wasn't I scary? When I come here and said, hey, come and sit over here. Come and sit with me. Eat your food with me. What are you doing? Come for a ride? Come for a ride.
And then we started talking, hooked up on Facebook, and then he added me to the chat, started talking, and
it's my fault. Sorry, everybody in the Rustnuts. It's my fault.
Roger came about because of you, and it's all his fault.
There's quite a few people who credit seeing you.
Oh, don't. You make me cry. You'll make me cry. Stop it. Big scary you.
Driving force behind the club. Has being part of a motorcycle club helped you feel connected or grounded?
It's given me the family I've chosen to have.
Yeah.
Family is not by blood.
Yeah, exactly.
Family is by relationship.
Makes a better family, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The family you choose is better than the family that you're forced to have.
So we call it finding your tribe. Yeah. What does finding your tribe in the Rustnuts, has it helped you, supported your personal growth as well? Or?
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. It's given me the assurance that I've got guys that have got my back. That's, rain, hail or shine.
And you've got ours, mate. That's
100%. Alana had that problem with the boyfriend while I was away. And
I was there with the baseball bat ready to go.
Ewan was there and left her an axe handle behind it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Anyway, we'll cut that bit out. Can you share a favourite memory with the Rustnuts? An event or a ride? Anything that stands out to you?
There's so many. So every time we get together are good times.
Is there a favourite one?
Probably annoying tamer at the last.
Okay, yeah,
that was a bit.
We won't put photos of that one up on Facebook. So we mentioned the press run in the past, the big annual ride for us, the overnighter. That does get quite wild.
We might as well ask the question now. What's your favourite ride coming up?
What?
Okay,
press run. We can save time.
that bit of stretch at the end of Great Ocean Road towards
up past White River,
up through the forest there. Perfect. Love it.
Beautiful part of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
How do you see your role in the club evolving once you get your license back?
Well, I'm voted in as road captain for the rest of the term. So I assume I'm going to be reinstated and basically either stay as road captain or grow into bigger, better positions. I don't know. As long as I'm part of the club.
Fucking chasing my role, you're in trouble.
I'm going for top dog. Never do that to you.
I've said in the past, mate, the second anybody challenges for president, they can have it. Yeah, if you can do a better job than me, I will not stand in your way.
I don't think anyone has the care that you have and the patience you have to do a job better than you.
The patience is a good one, mate. I'll take the credit for that.
The patience you have more patience than a monk.
Really good anger management training, that's all.
Well, that's it.
How do you stay positive and focused during difficult times? Just the water off the duck's back, you've forgotten about it.
Glass half full.
Yeah.
Like, if the way I look at it, if you hit rock bottom, the only way's up.
Yeah.
If you have a bad day, it's only going to be better. The rest of the day can only get better. Just a bad moment through the day shouldn't ruin the rest of 8,000 seconds of that day.
We had a guest on, Kai, a few weeks back, now. He said, set yourself goals, and if you manage to get one of those goals done, you're doing all right. Yeah, it doesn't matter about the 19 you didn't do. You got one out of the 20, you win it.
One of my favourite sayings is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Doesn't matter how ginormous the task is, whether it's a $10 million project you got to get finished, or an assignment that's got to get done for the next day, or whatever whatever you're at in life, position you're in.
Make that first step.
If you don't sit there procrastinating, wasting time, stressing about it, and actually just start doing something productive towards reaching that goal, you'll get there quicker. Because, sitting there and letting the stress and the anxiety bother you just wastes your time and you just don't get anywhere.
If you could go back and give yourself, your younger self, a piece of advice, what would it be?
Things always work out. As long as you keep your eye on the goal, your eye on the prize.
Wouldn't be the lotto numbers.
I wish.
Yeah.
I was going to say, don't take off at 140.
Don't look at the speedo. Look up the road. You said somebody's out with a radar gun.
He was hidden.
He was.
I've been to the same stretch of road. I could not have seen him even if I knew he was there.
I feel bad for you, mate. I really do. I mean,
it's already 3 months in, so there's another 9 to go. So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
10. Yeah.
So you basically reinvented yourself when you felt like you weren't the man you wanted to be. What do you hope your kids can learn from your transformation?
You can do whatever you want to do. Whatever you put your mind to do, you can achieve it.
Yeah.
You've just got to want it hard enough. Keep it at the foremost of your mind. Make one of those boards.
Vision board.
Vision boards is the word I'm looking for. And just keep aspiring for it. And you'll get there. Yeah. Your mind will find avenues in your subconscious and ways of getting to what you want to achieve.
Focus. Our last question is normally what you're looking forward to, what you've got coming up, but we've already covered that one. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to talk about, anything we haven't asked about that you would like out there in the ethos?
I'm generally a quiet person, but just when...
fuck off.
It's just because I'm comfortable. You guys are around.
We're meant to be telling the truth on this podcast, not lying to one another.
We're shifting gears on mental health and Roger's put it into bullshit. Thanks for your time, mate.
Thanks for having me. It's been good.
Thanks for coming along, mate. Thanks for opening up. It's been good.
Thank you very much.
Look forward to hearing your feedback on our socials. Put a picture of your bike up, hopefully, and
bring back a classic we haven't done for a couple of weeks, our weekly challenge. Yeah. Send us a photo of somewhere you've been on your bike, or a dream destination for yourselves, somewhere you want to ride your bike to. Put it on social media, tag us in it. We'll do the same. Thanks. Good. Yeah, thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much, guys.
You guys, thanks for having me.
Thanks for riding with us today on Twist the Throttle. If you enjoyed the ride, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your crew. Remember, no matter how tough the road gets, you're never riding alone. Stay safe, stay open, and catch you on the next ride. Keep that throttle twisted.